I thought this challenge was going to change my body, but 31 days in, my body barely looks different. What has changed is the way that I think, the way that I spend my time, and honestly, who I believe myself to be. 75 Hard is known to help people lose weight and build discipline, but what I didn't realize is how quickly it would completely change my identity. I gave up social media and instead am filling my time every single day with journaling, connecting with God, creating, keeping my space organized, and moving and fueling my body properly. At the beginning of the challenge, I had to consciously choose to do these habits, but after only a month, they're now my new baseline. They used to feel really hard, but now it feels wrong to not do them. If my college self could see me now, she would be in awe. I used to be someone whose life revolved around chasing the next temporary high, and now I build my life around getting enough steps and enough sleep. This season of my 30s, before kids, is all about becoming a woman I am proud of. I'm creating a life that is not only in alignment with my values, but that also feels really, really good to exist in. Welcome to a week in my life, becoming her. Good morning, happy Tuesday, and happy day 31 of 75, which is crazy. I can't believe it's already been a month. I have a busy work day ahead, and then over lunch, I'm getting myself a pedicure because I have ClassPass credits that would expire otherwise, and I'm a little afraid to do a workout class like Barry's right now. I want to ease slowly back into the more high-intensity workouts, and Barry's is my favorite thing to do on ClassPass. I haven't recorded in a few days, but I feel like I'm rusty. I feel like I've forgotten how to talk to a camera, but it's just us. It's just us friends chatting, so not a big deal. I have been doing really, really well. I love the challenge. Honestly, it's been changing me from the inside out. I did want to talk about my physical transformation though, because I am 4 weeks into this thing and the scale hasn't moved and I don't feel pleased with my progress pictures. And I have worked so hard on self-love and I don't tie my worth to it at all. However, it feels a little frustrating that I have been, tracking my macros, watching what I eat, making sure to get all this movement in, and I am not seeing the results that I would like to. And of course it takes time, especially because I'm in a body recomp. I'm not really cutting my calories a ton. I am very close to maintenance and I'm not being super strict about it at all. But I had this hope that I was going to be able to lean out even with all of those things, even with really not putting 100% effort into it, just putting a little bit more effort into watching what I'm eating. And I have learned that that's not the case. I do think a big part of it though is that I wasn't able to lift heavy. So I was doing a little bit of weightlifting, but it was not actually enough to grow any muscle or to recomp my body. So I think now that I'm lifting heavy, I can probably eat around the same macros that I have been eating. I'm going to be a little bit more strict on it and tighten that up a bit because I just want to lean out a little bit. I don't have a ton to lose, but I feel fluffy. I feel not only just like in my body, in my appearance, I feel fluffy, but also just I feel a little bit foggy. I feel like I know that I could have more energy and feel like I have more vitality in life. So I am going to step it up a notch because I want to get to the end of this challenge and say, dang, I love the way my body looks right now. This is like my goal body. I look the best that I've ever looked and I'm 32 years old, and I just want to keep getting better and gaining muscle and getting to that lean physique that I know I'm capable of. So that is what we're focusing on in terms of a physical transformation. But the part that has been incredibly successful is the mental transformation. So I'm going to finish up my journaling. I'm going to read my devotional. And then I'm gonna do a workout and then we'll chat a little bit about what's been going on the inside, in my brain, and in my heart since I started this challenge. Just parked at the nail salon and I'm about to go in. So if you can't tell, this is my favorite talking spot because I get to be outside and it's also shaded a little bit, so the lighting's good. But anyways, I have almost finished work for the day. It's 5:30. I have one more thing that I need to do, and I'm gonna do that while I get in some steps on the walking pad. But I have been so tired this week. Last night, I gave myself a little bit of rest. I still did every single one of my tasks on my list, but I did the bare minimum and then I went to bed. Tonight, I really want to edit and I want to use my time really wisely because I feel like last night was more of a less using my time wisely kind of evening. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna stick to the plan, not our feelings, because my feelings are telling me to just chill for the rest of the night. You need a rest. But I need to continue this series, and I don't know what I'm gonna be posting about this week. So I need to do a little bit of strategizing. I need to do a little bit of planning out what I'm gonna record for you guys tomorrow, and it should be fun. Editing mode activated. Okay, so I just had this kind of cool, kind of sad, I'm unsure how I want to classify it yet, realization. I've done my 75 hard tasks every single day through 75 hard. It's been 31 days. Well, today's day 31. And I am finding myself not feeling like I've done enough at the end of the day now. I think it's become so programmed in my brain that those things are just what I do, that just completing the tasks doesn't feel like a satisfying, productive day, which is kind of crazy to think about because that's a lot of things, you guys. Every single day, I journal, I read my devotional, I pray, I clean a space up, I walk at least 12,000 steps, I do a 45-minute workout, I spend time creating for my YouTube channel, and I think that's everything. Oh, and I track my macros. That's a lot of things. That's not, if in one day you've done all of those things, that's an amazing day. You have had a super productive day. But I no longer feel that way, which I think is really cool because it feels like my baseline level for who I am and the kind of person that I identify as, the bar for that is so much higher now. And that's really cool because this challenge isn't even done. I genuinely believe that almost every single task that I have on this list, I'm going to continue to do at least 5 out of the 7 days a week because I chose habits to do that are actually things that are, one, sustainable, and 2, things that are aligned with my values. So I genuinely, the best version of me, she does these things almost every single day. And I don't know, I feel like when the 75 hard challenge is done, I think what I'm going to do is redo the challenge, but adding even more things to it. So I feel like these habits that I've done so far are things that are going to be so ingrained in who I am. They're just going to become habits that I'd stick with every single day, or at least 5 out of 7 days a week. And that's so cool. That is so cool to see because it just shows how quickly things can become habit when you have the correct reasoning behind them, when you've already built a pretty healthy lifestyle. That's the thing. None of these habits that I'm doing are things that are completely out of left field, right? They all align with how I've been living my life in the first place. I always have prioritized walking a ton of steps. Have I hit the 12,000 every day? No, but it's easy to do because that's just, I am a person who walks around a ton. I am a person who just remains active. I am a person who works out a lot. I am a person who prioritizes taking care of my body and taking care of my spirit through my devotional and my prayer, and takes care of my soul through doing journaling and having a creative project that I'm working on. And yeah, all of these things are just, they're part of my identity. They really are. Like, I have built an identity that I'm really, really proud of. I'm at a place where I'm very satisfied with that. I love who I am. I love the life that I've built for myself. And it's really fun to just keep getting better. Who will I be a year from now if I continue to get 1% better every single day? What a cool freaking thought. So yeah, that's just my little tangent there about this realization that I had. I was putting away dishes and I was just like, wait a second. I've done a ton today already. I did a ton yesterday. Why do I not feel like I had a super productive day yesterday when I did every single thing on that task list? It's hilarious. I literally, just because I didn't use my time after work to work on my YouTube channel or to do something like that, and I just rested. One of my friends wrote a book and I'm reading her book and it's so good. So I just started reading at 6 o'clock last night, and I tried to go to bed at 9, but I couldn't fall asleep. Unfortunately, I have a little bit of a sleep debt that I'm trying to clear. So I went to bed at 9 p.m. and I rested and I still got in all of my steps. I still did all of those things. So it was an incredibly productive day. I had a great day yesterday, and here I am feeling like I didn't do enough. So I need to take a step back, remind myself that who I am right now is great. What I'm doing right now is something to be proud of. The person that I am right now is something to be proud of. And I know I can do more. So it's finding that balance, right? It's striving for more. Nothing wrong with that. However, you also have to be content and find peace in who you currently are today. So that's what we're working on right now, is finding that peace. Anywho, I'm going to go get in some steps. It is 8:30 and I'm only at 10,000 steps, and I so badly just want to go upstairs and read, but I gotta get my steps in. I've been trying to walk around the house, but My steps just aren't, I don't know if it's not registering or if I just haven't been taking that many steps, but I was just upstairs editing and walking for a whole hour and I'm still not even past 10,000 steps. But we're gonna get it done because what? We stick to the plans, not our feelings. Okay, gonna do this now. Well, I finished my steps and now it is finally time for me to do my reading, which is my highlight of my night. So I'm reading a book actually that one of my best friends wrote and it is so good, you guys. It's so good. I'm so excited for it to be published and for it to be out there, and I'm so proud of my friend for doing the courageous thing, which is putting yourself out there and building something creative, and she did such a good job. I'm hooked. I've been reading it. This is the second night I've read it and I'm already through 8 chapters, and it's like one of those books where I want to stay up all night reading it, so I need to be careful there. Also, if you're wondering, what is that ridiculous thing on your back? It is a massage thing that I got just off of Amazon, and it's super helpful. I've been having a lot of neck and back pain, so I'm just trying to get ahead of it. So yeah, I'm going to read this book and I'm gonna put myself to bed. I'll talk in the morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. We are about to hit a workout before I start the workday. So today is another at-home glute day. So let's do it. Workout is complete and I did not film much. Let me know if you guys like actually watching me work out, because I will film it, but I feel like it can get a little bit repetitive because I literally do the same workouts basically every week. But right now I am cutting up some toast because Louie and I have been on a toast kick lately. I am not a professional bread cutter, that is for dang sure. But this is gonna be the funniest shaped bread slice ever. I think I'm gonna just, yeah, we'll do that. So anyways, I had a kick, I think it was last summer even, where that is a destroyed piece of toast, but it'll do the job. I had a period last summer where I was making sourdough from scratch. I still have my starter in the fridge, but it's probably gross and moldy by now. But that was a fun kick. I think I might bring that back as a hobby, because now that we're back on our sourdough kick, the only reason I stopped is because we stopped eating so much bread, but I think it might be time to bring that hobby back. Let me know if you want to see that. I started to try to make a whole wheat sourdough because it's better for your blood sugar, and I just never nailed down a really good recipe, so I stopped. But I think if I keep experimenting with it and I see it as a creative process, then I might actually be able to create a really good loaf of whole wheat bread. So my workout was great. I worked the glutes. Can you tell? Did I got a nice pump? I'm wearing my favorite set from Paragon. I bought this in 3 colors back before I had my girls here, and it made the girls look like they existed even before they did exist. So it's a little bit of a cleavagey thing to wear out in public these days, but I still love it. So I am gonna eat this toast. I've been putting peanut butter, jam, and Greek yogurt on it. So the Greek yogurt adds a little bit of protein to it, because I really like to have protein in every single one of my meals to make sure that I'm balancing my hormones as I'm eating it and balancing my blood sugar. And then I also have it with my Nespresso coffee with protein powder in it. So always got to get that protein in. Today should be a really fun day at work. I have meetings pretty much all day. We have a lunch with my whole team and I'm remote, so I do it like via Teams, which is kind of funny, but I get to order in DoorDash from wherever I want. So that's fun. I have to decide what I want. I usually end up getting like chopped or sweet green or something of that nature. So we'll see what I'm feeling today. What else is happening? Oh, I have a video that's like kind of blowing up on YouTube. It's going viral for me. It has over 10,000 views, which is crazy. So if you're here from that video, welcome. So happy that you're here. I'm just really excited about like the direction that this channel is going to get to take, because it's going to be all about, I mean, it always has been all about glowing up in your 30s and how many different ways there are to do that. Buddy, come on over. How many different ways there are to do that. Mishka. And oh, good boy. And I think what differentiates me from a lot of people out there is that I'm focused on a lot of different things, right? Like can you hear his little sniffs in the microphone? Gosh, I love you. I'm focused on a lot of different things, right? So I'm focused on having the best marriage that I can possibly have. I'm focused on being in the best shape that I can possibly be in. I'm focused on having the best relationship with God that I can possibly have. I'm focused on building a life that is aligned with my values before I bring kids into this world. I feel like I just have a very unique perspective, and a lot lot of learned experience, that's for sure. If you don't know this, I used to be kind of a raging alcoholic back in my college days, and I now am completely sober. It's almost been 5 years. In June, it'll be 5 years without a drop of alcohol or a drug, which is wild. If you knew me in college and you saw who I am today, you'd probably be like, is that the same person? Like literally insane transformation that I've had. And I've learned so much along that journey that I just want to share that with other people. I want people to feel comfortable saying that they want to get really hot, but also not just focusing on their external appearance, right? You can work out to look a certain way. You can work out to get a certain physique, and also at the same time, work out for your health. You can really want to have an external glow up and look your best on the outside. You can get plastic surgery, you can get the Botox, you can get the filler, whatever is going to make you happy. But also you need to be doing that inner work. You need to be developing a relationship with a higher power of your understanding. And that's the perspective that I want to bring. And I really want to show how I'm living in this current season of my life, which is a season that I think a lot of people don't really talk about. I'm married, I'm in my early 30s, I'm not ready for kids yet, and I'm using this season very intentionally. I want to become the very best version of myself, and I am determined to do whatever it takes to get there. So that's what this season's all about. I am going to eat this toast and I'm going to get back to work, and we'll chat a little bit more about that later. I just finished up the work day. Woo! It was an amazing day. We had a team lunch. Obviously, I was virtual because, I'm remote, but we got to listen to one of our leaders talk about his career development and the path that he's taken to get to where he is and the things that he's done that has helped him build a career that is personal to what he desires out of his life and out of his career. We have the coolest leaders at my company. And yesterday I got to hear a woman who is on our executive board speak about her career path. And I work for the coolest company ever. And I feel so, so grateful that I get to have this job and I get to be working for a company that has such good leadership. The only thing I wish was different is that I wish our headquarters wasn't in Minnesota, because I don't see myself moving back home. And I feel like to get to certain levels of the company, you have to actually be in Minnesota. But I think to get to where I want to be, I can stay remote for all of my career. Fingers crossed. So that is my top priority for my career, is continue enjoying my roles that I take, be a good person to work with, do a really good job, and make myself a valuable employee that they want to keep, even though I'm not in the office and they don't see me on a day-to-day basis. Those are my main career goals right now with my actual 9-to-5 job. And then, of course, growing my YouTube channel and working on this passion project, not because I want to quit my job, because I genuinely don't. I love my job so much, but just because it would be amazing to build a community here and to feel like I have a platform to share my stories and the things that I've been through. And 2, to make a couple extra dollars wouldn't hurt either. But yeah, all of that to say, workday's done. Now I am going to record a video because I have a YouTube video that's kind of popping off a little bit for my terms. And I have a really good idea that I'm super excited about. So I'm going to film that so I can post it on Friday. And I'm going to edit and walk on the treadmill. And then I'm going to eat the leftovers from my lunch for dinner. And I'm going to walk the dog, and it's going to be a lovely night. So Louis is in Atlanta for the week for work. So it's just me and the pup at home. We're being very productive. And you know what we're doing, guys? We are sticking to the plan, not to our feelings.